What's up, guys? Aaron and Anthony here with Real Estate TV, everything real estate. We're here episode 1.5, guys. If you haven't seen episodes 1 through 4, I suggest you click down and go watch them because they're great info and good stuff to look at. We're actually here on the south side today, episode 1.5, and Anthony's going to talk to you about how we acquired this property.
Yes, guys, so this was one of 9 properties that we acquired on an inherited estate. So out of 9 properties, this was one that happened to be a little tight deal for us, a little more tighter than we're used to. But again, we want to stress, guys, that it's not about a home run, it's about a base hit, and it's about being consistent. One big thing that we try to preach in a lot of our episodes that Aaron always says, it's how much value can you provide to your investor? And that's what we had with the mentality going into this home, is that, hey, not everyone's going to be a home run, Lamborghini style kind of deal. Sometimes you just got to take a base hit and keep the momentum going, guys. Momentum is key in this business. So we're going to get a little more detailed. Follow us through this episode, and we're going to explain to you how tough the situation was and what we were facing, how we did it, and the numbers that we came out, guys. So stay tuned and take a walk with us.
Guys,
let's
go. Take a look. Oh, look at this. Guys, right here, this is one of the indicators that we talked about in episode 4, was roof, foundation, electrical, plumbing, and AC. Right here in this house, this is definitely a roof leak. So chances are you're gonna have to replace the roof. Boom, that's about a $5,000 to $6,000 ticket item right there. Use that for negotiations.
It's pretty bad, guys. Also, foundation. So here's a big indicator the foundation is bad as it's going down the wall. That's probably a good indicator. It's going all the way across, meaning the house is probably separated in 2. So that's going to be another big ticket item, probably anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 on fixing this foundation. And it's also slab, so that's a huge headache. So good negotiation tool for you guys. Put that in the tool belt. Okay, guys, so we want to kind of tell you a little bit about the tenant situation and how it can make something a little more difficult when you're trying to sell a property. This particular tenant wasn't really in favor of us selling his home, or I'm sorry, selling the home. So he kind of made it a little difficult for us. One time we brought a couple buyers, and he made us wait for 30 minutes before we were able to get inside. So again, guys, you have to be patient with them sometimes. It's a transition for them. It's a big life change. Especially when they're renting, and you know, sometimes you gotta understand that, you know, it might not always be smooth sailing. So some things that we do when that does happen, guys, is we try to stack up our buyers, right? So we try to get all the buyers to meet us at the property at a designated time, and that way we can all walk it together, because you don't know if this tenant's gonna let you in again or if he's gonna be a little upset. So those are kind of things that happen you know, during the tenant situation.
What Anthony was talking about, that's actually called a group showing. You get as many people as you can. You set up the showing for, you know, 4 days in the future, and within those 4 days, you start calling people, telling people, I'm going to be showing this property at this time. You be there, and it's called a group showing, that where you get 10 to 15 people in at once when you have a tenant that doesn't want people in and out of their house. Another thing that we do, that we came across that works for us, that you should put on your tool belt, is on your very first walkthrough, if it's you by yourself or you with the partner or you with whoever, the very first walkthrough, make sure you get what's called a video walkthrough. Because we do pictures, yes, but we also do video. Video helps in circumstances like this where it's hard to get in. Maybe somebody couldn't make the showing, but they want to see a video. They want to see how the layout is of the house. Video is a lot easier to show the layout of the house because you can actually walk the house. And so that helps. We've actually had a couple people buy sight unseen just by looking at the video. You know, they'd be out of the country. I send them the video and they'll be like, dude, I'll take it, because the video walkthrough shows exactly the house, and you do a slow video also. So add that to your tool belt, guys. Pictures and video.
Yes, video is key, guys. Our tenant particularly didn't want to leave the home, and because of that, we had to make sure that we got a 30-day notice, because the buyer that we were working with, that was one of his requirements, was he wanted to make sure this tenant would be gone out of this property. So what we did was we reached out to the seller, which again, guys, you always want to be transparent with your seller, build a great rapport with them, so that way when these things do come up, they're going to help you instead of saying, well, why do we need this? So we went back to the seller. He was gracious enough to help us, and he sent the 30-day notice for us. And that really helped smooth everything out. Our buyer was on board. The guy signed the paper, because you have to make sure you get it signed by the tenant or the person living in the home when you give them a 30-day notice. If not, the validity isn't there, guys. So that was something that we did, guys. So just a solution to your problems sometimes is just be transparent with the seller. They will help you a lot more than you think, guys.
Yep.
Aaron's cue. He loves to cue.
All right, guys, so I ran comps on this particular property. If you don't know what comps are, comps is the ARV, the after repair value. How you get that is you actually take the properties that sold within the last 6 months, because if you go back 9 months, that's too far. So within the last 6 months that are within 200 to 300 square feet of the same house that you're running comparables on, the same bed and bath as well. That's how you get the comparables. So in this particular property, the ARV was 120 to 125 ARV. It was gonna need about 30 to 35 in rehab. As you saw, the roof was about $7,000. The foundation was about $10,000. That's already $17,000 right there. Cosmetics alone is about 15 grand. So this property ended up coming out to about 30, 35,000. As Anthony said prior to this, this was a super tight deal, guys. So we had sold it at 55 as is. We contracted it for 51 and we made 4 on this. So guys, this is a tight deal, but at the end of the day, like Anthony said, you got to take what you can get and move on, because everybody's trying to win, everybody's trying to help everybody, and at the end of the day, a good deal, a tight deal is better than no deal.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. That was episode 1.5 of Everything Real Estate TV. We hope you got some great takeaways during this episode, as well as some huge tools for your tool belt during your negotiation process. Remember guys, it's not about hitting a home run in every deal. It's about being consistent and hitting a base hit. And sometimes you got to go ahead and bend a little and do more for your investors and your clients on some of these transactions. So we hope that you got some of those ideas, some of those takeaways, and some of those little gems that we dropped today.
So guys, do us a favor, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, because guess what? We have a giveaway for you guys. Anthony, tell them what the giveaway is.
So guys, we'll be giving away dinner for 2 to the Olive Garden, courtesy of the Olive Garden. So guys, what we're asking y'all to do in return is tell us what your worst story is regarding foundation repair. What's the worst foundation you've seen? What's the worst story? And what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna pick the best one that's submitted to us. Make sure to hashtag Everything Real Estate TV. We'll be picking out the next winner on Friday of next week, guys. So please stay tuned. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.